Okay, students, in continuation with our topic, state emergency, we have discussed about what is state emergency and what are the constitutional provisions relating to state emergency. So now we are going to discuss about some case laws because as I told you, the provisions which we have in our constitution and amendments we have discussed, 44th and other amendments. So what we have to understood is the way how the central government's imposing precedent rule. Now, what are the guidelines they are following? What are the guidelines following? What is the result of various case laws? So now we have to look at the developments in the last 70 years. You will understand this 356, the way how it was imposed. Okay. So, as you know well, the government after the independence, so many times state emergency was imposed. First time it came to judicial scrutiny and judiciary expressed its opinions. That the first incident which took place in 1977, 9 assemblies resolution in 1977. So, in 1977, what happened? Janata Party came into power. Party got full majority. Almost 80% states captured by Janata Party. States means Lok Sabha seats. So what happened in that? Immediately after this election, states in which they got full majority, already Congress Party was in rule. So with that, what happened? In the name of the state, the ruling parties in that state lost their majority because they lost elections in Lok Sabha elections. On that ground, they have dissolved 9 assemblies. So in 1977, this was challenged in State of Rajasthan versus Union of India. Year 1977, Supreme Court 1361. Year 1977, Supreme Court 1361. So here, 9 assemblies were dissolved. This was challenged. Assemblies of Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Orissa, West Bengal and Haryana and okay. So the ground is these states no longer represented the wishes of the electorate because in these states Janata Party got good majority on that ground. So here what happened? This was challenged. So they imposed this, what the new and the new government, Janata government, the Home Minister of Janata government addressed a letter to the chief ministers of these states recommending for their consideration they should advise the governor of their respective states to dissolve state assembly in exercise of power under Article 174, Class 2 and Subclass B and seek fresh mandate from the electorate. Okay. So, the states filed a suit challenging the validity of directives issued by the Home Minister to the chief ministers to dissolve their assemblies and seek fresh mandate. The latter disclosed the sole ground for the proclamation under 356 is on ground such the proclamation and the dissolution of legislative assemblies upon the grounds given in the letter was outside the scope of 356 of the Constitution. Okay. So they have given grounds for which these assemblies were dissolved. Because these parties have lost their majority under Article 356. So the challenge here, the ground of petitioner is the resolution is out of the scope of 356 because it will not amounts to failure of constitutional machinery. Okay. So what happened in this case? The 7 members Constitution bench of Supreme Court by unanimous judgment rejected the petitioner's petition and upheld the centre's action of dissolving 3 assemblies under 356 as constitutionally valid. And the satisfaction of President under 356 could not be questioned. Simple, very simple. Upheld the decision of central government and satisfaction of the President. Okay. Could not be questioned. The President does not act only on the report of on the governor but on the otherwise. This means that satisfaction can be based on material other than governor's report and choose between dissolution and. So in simple, what happened in this case? They have challenged. Supreme Court upheld the decision of the central government. So what we have to understand is here, the ground they have taken, Supreme Court, is the satisfaction of the President cannot be questioned. This is a position in 1977. Okay. Again what happened? 9 assemblies in 1980 dissolved by Congress government, because 1980 Congress came into power on the similar grounds they dissolved 9 assemblies on same grounds. So after this, in 2 incidents, what happened? The court opinion is they cannot question the decision of President, because here the President's satisfaction cannot be questioned. That was the position at that time. So in between 77 to 93, so many assemblies were dissolved. The dispute is going on. The next case in which Supreme Court given guidelines, means judicial guidelines for imposing President rule, that is famous case. S.R. Bommai versus Union of India. S.R. Bommai versus Union of India, 1994, 3 Supreme Court cases, 1. This is important case. Here what happened? The President rule was imposed in 3 states of Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Rajasthan, and dissolved assemblies, because at that time Babri Masjid was demolished by Karasevaks. Narasimha Rao government, on the advice of Narasimha Rao government, President dissolved 3 assemblies. Already 19. So what happened? The court said 3 chief ministers and secondly the governments are encouraged Karasevaks. The ground is that. Okay, so here based on that the 3 governments were this was challenged. This case is known as S.R. Bommai case. Already S.R. Bommai government is dissolved in 1987. So they clubbed and they named as S.R. Bommai versus Union of India. Okay. So here what happened? Supreme Court upheld the decision of the central government in case Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh, saying that they went against the principle of secularism. They have encouraged this Karasevaks to demolish. This is against. Here the governments have supported Karasevaks on that ground. Secularism is basic feature of the Constitution. First we have to remember that. What Supreme Court said in this case, secularism is a basic feature of the Constitution. Okay. Apart from that, what Supreme Court said, the government dismissed Karnataka Assembly. Okay. So when it comes to 3 governments, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, was upheld constitutional validity of the action taken by the government, because they have acted against secularism. Okay. Okay. They acted against secularism. 1 point. Next one is, in this judgment, but the court held the imposition of President rule in Nagaland in 1988, Karnataka in 1989 and Meghalaya in 1991 was unconstitutional. Therefore liable to be struck down in these states. Okay. So, however, the judges were unanimously held that the President power under Article 356 to dismiss a state government and imposition of President rule was subject to judicial review. Okay. If the dismissal is found to be illegal, then the court can revive the dissolved assembly. First part, they upheld the validity of imposition of President rule in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Karnataka, Meghalaya, and these states. President rule was invalid and unconstitutional, saying that what Supreme Court said, this is subject to judicial review. President rule is subject to judicial review, means the court can question the imposition of President rule. In the Rajasthan case, what Supreme Court said, and that is reverse. Okay. So here, if the dismissal is found to be illegal, then the court can review the dissolved assembly. Okay. So, what Supreme Court said, in continuation in this, no state assembly can be dissolved simultaneously with the imposition of President rule. President can only dissolve the state assembly after the approval of the proclamation by the both houses of the parliament, and not before that. Until such approval is given, the President can only suspend the assembly. Normally what we are saying, dissolution of assembly and President rule. So here what Supreme Court said, you cannot dissolve assembly simultaneously. First you have to impose the President rule, then after getting the approval of the parliament, assembly, this President rule is invoked, then only you can dissolve the assembly. You cannot dissolve the assembly simultaneously, because there are occasions sometimes the court restored the position of state government, means you cannot dismiss the dissolve the assembly simultaneously. Okay. So the court cases, judicial review of President rule proclamation is illegal. Okay. So if it is malified ground, that is what we have discussed and provisions of Article 356. Okay. So the judges are unanimously held that President's power is subject to judicial review. Okay. So regarding Article 74 Clause 2, the Constitution bench, which bars an inquiry into the question whether the advice given by the Council of Ministers on the President rule, held that it does not bar the court to call upon the Union government to disclose the court the material upon which the President had formed the request is satisfaction. The material on the basis of which advice was tendered does not form part of the advice. So what's they can ask the President on material on which you have taken advice. Advice means the advice rendered by Central Cabinet on which they have rendered this advice. It is not going to part of the advice. So that can be questioned. Question means, so the court can question what is the ground for imposition of President rule? What is the material you are having? So that is how the court got the power. It has inherent power to question, to see whether this President rule is imposed with malified intention or any for political grounds. On that ground, the court can question the validity of imposition of President rule. Here the court power this is. This is court's power. In earlier Rajasthan case, that is different. Here what? Even the court can question on material on which you have taken this advice. What is the basis for advice? So asking for to disclose the material which is based on which the advice is taken, that can be questioned. That will not parcel and part of this advice. So that can be questioned by court. Here the scope of judicial review is extended. So in this case, Supreme Court imposed some guidelines. Supreme Court has given some guidelines. Now we are following those guidelines. What are the guidelines laid down by Supreme Court? The first, presidential proclamation dissolving state assemblies is subject to judicial review. First point. That is what we discussed. Once the President rule is imposed, the court can question it. So next, if the state government works against secularism, President rule can be imposed. Yes, if it went against the secularism, because secularism is the basic feature of the Constitution. Third point, there can be no wholesale dismissal of opposition ruled state governments when a new political party assumes power at the center. If a new party assumes power in center, you cannot dissolve the state assemblies. because it is not at all a ground. If that is the case, Modi is supposed to dissolve so many state governments, but they have not done that. Okay. So, next point, imposition of president rule, dissolution of state assembly cannot be done together. That is what we are discussing. They cannot be done together. So, next one is the Supreme Court or High Court can compel the union government to disclose material on whose base the president rule is imposed. That is what we are discussing. On the scope of judicial review, they can question, they can ask for the material. Like the power of the president rule under 356 is constitutional power. It's not an absolute power. The existence of material is precondition to form the satisfaction to imposition of president rule. So, it's not absolute power. The power 356 given to the president is not absolute power. Okay. The court can ask on material on which the president rule is going to impose. Okay. So, here 5-judge bench of Supreme Court. Okay. In this case, next, this is one case. Next case, important, we are discussing about important cases relating to president rule. The one is S.R. Bommai case. The another case, Rameswara Prasad versus Union of India. Rameswara Prasad versus Union of India, 2006 to Supreme Court cases 1. Here, the president rule is imposed by President Assam Bihar on the ground of that no party had the required majority of MLAs. Okay. So, here the 5-judge bench of Supreme Court, what they said, the presidential proclamation dissolving states assembly was unconstitutional and based on extraneous and irrelevant grounds. The court said that the governor misled the center to recommending for dissolution of the state assembly and the Union Council of Ministers should have verified before accepting it as gospel truth. Governor acted on undue haste in sending his report and his full motive was to prevent JDU from staking claim to form a government after fractured assembly polls verdict. And what Supreme Court said, the governor's report contained fanciful assumptions which could be destructive to democracy. So, what happened in this case? Supreme Court made comments on governor's report and said, before taking decision, you must verify. It is the duty of the central government to verify, central government president to verify, because after looking at the governor's report, it seems when it is done with malafide intention, that is what court said. Fanciful, it is fanciful assumption, what Supreme Court said. Again, the Supreme Court intervened. So, now what is happening, S.R. Bommai case and this Rameswara Prasad case, if you look at the comments made by and what Supreme Court in this case, the governor while recommending dissolution of an assembly as to annex which is report to the union government relevant material substantiating his decision. In the absence of the relevant material, much less due verification, the report of the governor has to be treated as his personal opinion. ISP Dixit. This is called as ISP Dixit means personal opinion. If that opinion is not annexed, if that is annexed with relevant material substantiating his decision, that will be treated as personal opinion. I told you, it's not the personal opinion of the governor. If we did not send relevant material, that will be treated as a personal opinion. Once it is treated as a personal opinion, that will not be added constitutionally. Okay. So, this is what Supreme Court said in this case. So, here, after looking at these cases, we have seen UP case, Karnataka case, Tamil Nadu case. In the last 70 years, just we have discussed about two important cases, Rameswara Prasad versus Union of India and this case, S.R. Bommai versus Union of India, in which the Supreme Court have given guidelines. So, now what happened? after these two judgments. You can call it a judicial activism. The use of presidential rule as a weapon of control because of the guidelines and the strict imposition of constitutional provisions. Strict imposition means strict interpretation of constitutional provisions led to prevent the misuse of Article 356. So, now the president, the government, the central government is not treating it as a weapon. After the judgments, what is happening, even Manmohan Singh government is Modi government, now what they are doing, they are not treating it as a weapon. This was a time when they used to take it as a weapon to dissolve state governments if they don't like the government in the state, or if the government belongs to opposition party, they used to use this weapon called as president rule. Now what is happening? This imposition of president rule is subject to judicial review. What we have to understand is the satisfaction of the president can be questioned in court of law, because what Supreme Court said, it's not absolute right. 356 is not absolute right. It is subject to judicial review. Why we are saying, as you know, the satisfaction of president is not the personal satisfaction of the president, it is the satisfaction of the central government. Central government is Union Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers belong to some political party. Maybe that assumption, the Supreme Court said, that is subject to the judicial review, otherwise they might have used it as a weapon to dissolve the state assemblies. Okay, whichever government is power in center, now they are not using it as a weapon to treat opponent parties as enemies. Because of these two judgments now, and what is happening today, so much cases, earlier it was, they used to appoint political leaders as governors. At least some percentage of people now are coming from outside political field. They are appointing them as governors. That is also protecting our democracy. So here what they are separated state assembly and parliament elections. So earlier in 9 assembly dissolution and 7 assemblies, 77 and 80, what happened? They have dissolved the local assemblies in the name of the last majority in Lok Sabha elections. But you have seen the circumstances in which what is happening. There is no comparison, because you have seen in the last election in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, Congress party got power and they formed governments. But in subsequent Lok Sabha elections, BJP got full majority. So on that ground, the BJP cannot dissolve assemblies in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan 356 as a weapon. They are doing something other than that. Apart from that, they are not using 356 as a weapon to form governments in these two states. So it was done in earlier case, means 1977 and 1980, they used to do that on the ground that the local party lost majority in the press election. Because when people are voting, they are treating state election and central election in a different way. That is what we have witnessed in recent developments. So that is the reason why these guidelines in S.R. Bommai case and Rameswara Prasad case and so many cases, now the Supreme Court restored Bihar Assembly, Supreme Court restored UP Assembly when they imposed president rule after the judgments. Meaning the president is imposing, the courts are imposing constitutional provisions in a strict manner, a strict interpretation of these constitutional provisions, and question the authority of the president, because it's not absolute right. So that is what happening. So the recent developments favoring and securing the democracy. So this is how we have to understand Article 356. First, what we have discussed so far, what is Article 356 and what are the grounds, including with the help of amendments I explained you, and way which you have to, and duration of emergency, and approval of Parliament. Later we have discussed two important cases, S.R. Bommai versus Rameswara Prasad Union. And you can mention so many instances how Supreme Court, how the president rule is imposed in some states recently. And conclusion, you can say these judgments in Supreme Court guidelines in S.R. Bommai case and Rameswara Prasad saved the democracy. Okay. So I sent material also. This is what state emergency. So we have discussed now what national emergency and state emergency under Article 356. And next we will discuss about financial emergency, which is a very small topic. Okay, I will explain you.